Media mogul Claudia Jordan looks like she did it again. Yo, I told y'all to start watching the Turn Up with T.S. Madison. But y'all, there was an episode that came on last night with Monique. Yes, y'all don't need to be wearing bonnets in airports, Monique, but we're not going to drag her today because she had a lot to say, and it was such a good conversation. T.S. Madison is such a good interviewer. Claudia Jordan, if you don't know, is the executive producer. She did that, right? We talk about that later. And what she got in works, because there's also a play on the works that everybody's saying is so good. In any case, T.S. Madison had Monique on. Monique was literally talking about black women in Hollywood. And she also let it be known that she got a secret tape of Tyler Perry admitting that he blackballed her. Monique didn't leave anything on the table. She even literally talked about what happened with the demise of the Queen's Court. I'll put that at the end of the video in case anyone wants to know behind the scenes. Yo, listen, let me read you the story and then meet me after the jump and we're going to talk about this because she does have a tape of Tyler Perry apologizing for blackballing her. Why is she in the media? I would be walking into a lawyer's office. I've been oppressed by my own people. Can y'all help me get this mansion and yacht I'm working on? Tyler Perry got a whole city down in Atlanta, a whole studio. I know he could afford a yacht or two. Y'all, let's get into this mess. But before we do, don't forget my members only live is this Friday. Tattle Tells, we about to turn up. All right. Let me get to Monique's gossip, all right? Now, before I forget, shout out to Claudia Jordan doing her damn thing. I literally was like, what? The Turn Up with T.S. Madison came on. I was like, you know what? Claudia Jordan did it again. All right, mama. But guess what? Before we get into it, Kenya Moore got Kenya Moore hair care, but it looked like Claudia Jordan literally is on her mogul status too. Because guess what? I had to do a deep dive. Everything Claudia's touching seems like it's turning to gold. And this ain't no fake bio. She gotta literally write. Listen to this. She's on VH1. She has the 3 top shows on Fox Soul, right? And on top of that, she literally has this play. Listen, she literally is one of the main investors. Come through, money. She's producing, starring, and she wrote this play. Y'all, go ahead. I actually have a few people I know. I think it's starting their tour, 29th, that actually went and saw this play and said it was good. That's why when they saw it, they were like, wait, what? Claudia Jordan? Okay. Anyway, shout out to Claudia, ever the queen, doing her thing. All right, so let's get into the Monique interview. Y'all ready? Of course y'all ready. Let go.
Because he heard it. He said that man is wrong. And you're like my daughter. So I'm going to have to call him up. Kevin Hart heard the tape. He said, Mo, I called him and he said he don't want to revisit it. And I didn't push that. I was grateful that he kept his word and he called. Our mutual friend, when I explained what was really going down, she was like, I'm not with that. Let me call him. And she called him. And he said, I don't want to revisit that. Then he called back while we were on the phone and he said, no, I changed my mind. I will meet with Monique, but not with her husband. And then she has to apologize to me and Oprah Winfrey for saying that we had anything to do with ruining her career. Now that was recent. So as I sit here with you and you say, wait a minute, I heard that man say he was wrong.
Yes, I did hear it.
And was going to apologize. Well, that's turned into, now I'll meet with you, not with your husband, and now you have to apologize to me. How does that happen? And I'll tell you how, and I want to look right into the camera if I can. Oftentimes when it comes to a black woman speaking up and speaking out, it goes unheard until she dies. Then once she dies, then we go back and say, well, she was right and let's make a movie about it. See, I can give you their names, Eartha Kitt. I can give you their names, Hazel Scott. I can give you their names, Fannie Lou Hamer. I can give you their names, Hattie McDaniel. All of those women took a stand. And all of those women left here heartbroken, unhealthy, looking at a community saying, y'all know I'm right, but why won't anybody say anything? People will ask me, do you dislike or do you hate Oprah and Tyler and Lee? No, let me be clear. I love those people. We love those people. My husband and I love, they're our brothers and sisters. And as my husband always say, Mama, we ain't calling nobody out. We simply calling them up to say, listen, let's make our community better by making it right, not keep running and hiding.
Woo, that was a word. And she's correct. Now, we're going to meet me after the jump. We're going to talk because Miss Monique, we going to talk. However, she wasn't done putting her being on top of Tyler Perry's head. She then posted on her Instagram and added him. She ain't never been scared at Tyler Perry. Eventually, the people will see, listen, and do something about you not keeping your word. I am not going anywhere. And then she put hashtag, what is done in the dark always comes to light. And also the truth will set you free. Woo! Listen, and she also tagged the real T.S. Madison and said, thank you for your coverage and your bravery. Keep shining your light. Love us for real. Now listen, Monique 100% had a point. She 100% had a point, and I stand behind everything she said. And with what she's saying is true, that Tyler Perry and Oprah tried to blackball her, all because of their pride. Listen, it's dead wrong. Something needs to be done about that. However, I don't want to call everybody to the class. Monique, she's such an interesting person in the fact that sometimes she says stuff and I be like, yes, honey, know your worth. But other times she be talking about you need to submit to your man, calling her, fighting for the right to call her man daddy in business meetings. She literally did that bonnet thing. Y'all know that was one of the earliest videos I did. What was it, last summer? Because I started YouTube in April, May. But she literally had that bonnet debacle where she'll shame people. And it's funny and again, I'm not comparing apples and oranges because what she's accusing them of are two different things. But it's kind of like it's weird that you complain that people look down on you and say you're not the right type of person or this and that. But then you're saying that respect is hinged. You're telling young girls respect is hinged on how they wear their hair, how they're dressed, what they got on, what other people think of them. And honestly, somebody should just be respecting you because you are a human being and you haven't done anything against them. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't think I need to be dressed in a 3-piece business suit to get on a Delta flight at 5 a.m. Do you feel me? But also, again, she is speaking the truth about Black women and how we are, unfortunately, not listened to, marginalized. And the people who are supposed to be helping us or protecting us sometimes have their foot on top of our heads, you know? Anyway, I thought that was interesting perspective. Another cute thing that actually came up for any of you guys, were any of you guys a fan of the Queen's Court? Guess what? Monique actually spoke out about that. Remember, it's so funny, full circle. T.S. Madison actually invited Monique, because if you don't remember, Monique's interview on the Queen's Court, it was what brought the Queen's Court to an end. Monique actually spoke on that, and so did T.S. Madison. I thought this was really interesting. Why don't y'all listen to this?
Together.
Yes.
It was about 4 years ago on this exact date.
Wow.
4 years ago, we were trying to do the Queen's Court. My former co-host and I were on the charts, and we were hot and boiling, and we were the show to go to. And you were going to be our first guest that I felt was going to solidify us as the show that every A-list celebrity comes through, banter and talk stuff with us, whatever. But we had technical difficulties,
Yes.
and everything fell apart.
Yes.
And we separated. And it was a very dark time for me, because after me and my former co-host separated, it got really nasty, really ugly, and I didn't get the opportunity to really work with you like I really wanted to. And so for me, today is such an important day, because this is a full circle moment for me. And I want to tell you thank you from the bottom of my heart for then and now. Because one thing I've learned from this is that God does everything for a reason, and everything happens in its own perfect timing.
Let me just say this first. Thanks for having me. And I don't know if it's me that's solidifying your show. It is you that is solidifying your show. It is you that wouldn't quit and wouldn't stop and kept going. Because 4 years ago, what did impress me with it was, and that beautiful sister's name is Kaya, if I'm correct. Her name is Kaya. And what impressed me with you during that time, because I had never met y'all, what made me want to come on the show was I saw y'all doing a Queen's Court, and Kaya was saying, I stand with Monique. I support that sister. I'm like, I so appreciate that. I want to go do their show. So that day, when the technical difficulties started happening, I didn't take it personal. I just knew that, you know, maybe she was flustered or a little frustrated, but it wasn't personal. But what impressed me the most was you stayed in it.
Yeah.
It was so much going on behind you. Baby, walls was coming down. Do you hear me? It was going on.
Yeah.
It was going down.
Yes.
This baby stayed just like this in the camera.
Trying, and you know,
Baby, she never let the makeup melt. She stayed right there. And I'll tell you how. And
So
I'll
anyway,
explain
that
to
was the funniest. Monique, I'll say one thing about Monique. Some stuff I can't get with her, but her voice, her delivery, the way she looks at things, she always got a fan in me. Let me know what y'all think. What y'all think about the situation? You think there was truth in what she said? But shout out to Claudia Jordan and T.S. Madison for actually bringing this together. This show, I'm telling y'all, the Turn Up with T.S. Madison is the business. If y'all ain't watching it, I don't know what y'all doing.